most vulnerable. An air quality advisory putting the health of Jacksonville's children and elderly at risk.
We're very fortunate here in Jacksonville. This is the first advisory of this year.
This rare warning comes as the White House releases a new study saying climate change is here and already affecting Americans.
The scope of the challenges we face can be daunting. Taking on climate change is going to require an all-hands-on-deck effort.
The Obama administration says it is here, and they say it will only get worse. Climate change, which is increasingly being blamed for flooding, wildfires, and drought.
That message tonight from the White House is part of the president's second-term effort to prepare us all for the erratic effects of a changing climate. Combine that with today's ozone alert for our area, what the city called an air quality advisory for high levels of ozone. We're bringing you complete coverage. Chief Meteorologist John Gahn is checking to see how long we could be dealing with this bad air. But first, Ashley Harding tells us how serious this alert could be. Ashley?
Yes, Mary, this advisory is just for today as of right now. If you take a look at my weather app here, it says it's about 81 degrees right now. Now, officials say warm and dry conditions may be a factor in this. Now, we don't know if climate change has anything to do with it, but it got us thinking about how our area could be impacted by climate.
It's around us everywhere we go. We breathe it in 24 hours a day. But now the city has released an advisory saying Jacksonville's air quality might be compromised because of rising ozone levels. In other words, breathing could be hard for some.
Very elderly, very young, that already have respiratory problems will be adversely impacted by the concentrations that exist now.
City officials say those without respiratory problems should be all right, but they're keeping a close eye on what happens in the next few days.
We'll reevaluate the situation tomorrow, and if necessary, we'll issue another advisory, or if we were projected it would exceed the standard, we would issue an episode alert.
This advisory comes at an interesting time. According to a report released Tuesday afternoon, White House officials say if something isn't done about climate change, we could see more disasters like flooding and wildfires. Local experts say Jacksonville could face its fair share of problems too.
We in Northeast Florida maybe enjoy a little bit higher elevation along the shore than in some other parts of the state.
Tom Larson has studied the effects of climate change for more than a decade. He says despite Northeast Florida's slightly higher elevation, we could still see higher sea levels. He points to the erosion issues at Ponte Vedra Beach and says more of that could follow. He also says that's just a tip of the iceberg.
We also face problems from stormwater runoff. Water will be more prone to staying where we would rather we have dry land. And it'll be more difficult to drain home sites and commercial locations.
And Tom Larson says one of the things we can do is become more energy efficient. He says some of the easiest ways to do that is to buy an electric car and possibly use solar panels as well. We're live tonight. I'm Ashley Harding, Channel 4, the local station.
According to the EPA's website, tomorrow's air could be just as bad as today's. Right now, Jacksonville is still in the moderate range with a warning for those who are sensitive to heat and high levels of ozone to reduce their work outdoors. Chief Meteorologist John Gahn is tracking the computer models to tell us how long these conditions will be around. John?
You know, Tom, getting back